Biden is just, he's like a puppet president. The military is in charge. It's going to be like Myanmar. What's happening in Myanmar? The military is doing their own investigation, and at the right time, they're going to be restoring the republic with Trump as president.
Dude, I read an article last night in bed. I can't remember all of it, but it was very convincing, and it basically said Trump unironically believes that in the summer he's going to be reelected, or not reelected as president, but become president.
Yeah.
Like he genuinely believes that this is going to happen. Like he is so high on copium is unbelievable.
I want to thank everybody for the tremendous support you've shown. We're going to take back the Senate, take back the House. We're going to take back the White House, and sooner than you think, it's going to be really something special.
Like, and I believe it, but then again, I'm a sucker for the liberal media. But if it's true, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a crazy dude. Yeah.
What a surreal situation.
They're still trying to fight, I think, in Arizona, right?
Yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, I guess.
In different countries. Right now. The government took over and they're redoing the election, correct? That could possibly happen here, possibly.
Would you like to see it happen?
Absolutely.
I would like to see it happen.
Really? Okay, here's the real question. Do you think he'll run in 2024?
I still don't think so. But who knows? I that's the position I've maintained this whole time, and people have disagreed with me the whole time, so we'll see. Did you see that, I don't know if this was 100% accurate, but supposedly he shut down his website because he didn't feel like he was getting enough hits on it and he thought it was embarrassing? Is that true?
He used to have this thing called the /desk, and now he still has something. Hold on, let me pull it up. So /desk doesn't alert, have that shit, but if you go to their homepage and then click news, he kind of still has like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
DonaldJTrump.com/news.
Do you think that it's kind of scary that it's not inconceivable that Donald Trump might not run for president because he feels like he doesn't have a reach to do so just because he was banned from social media? Do you think that's a little crazy? Like you're at that point, you literally have like social media like being some of the largest playmakers in the world, right? Like that's a little bit frightening, I think.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know if I disagree with
them banning him?
Those companies doing that, because I feel like to a certain extent they were probably working in their own self-interest, and that's what I would expect any company to do anyways, right?
Yeah, sure. Like, it's not so much whether they should or shouldn't have, it's just the idea that like social media companies can almost dictate to us like who we're allowed to vote for president is pretty crazy to me.
Well, before that it was newspapers.
I don't know if newspapers were quite as like centralized or ubiquitous as social media platforms are today, or as accessible. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess you could, okay, forget newspapers then. Let's go back just a little bit. Like, isn't it been the case for a long time that a majority of local cable stations have been owned by a few conglomerates?
Sinclair,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how recent that is, but like, go back to the 80s, right? Like, probably most TV stations were owned by a few people, and they probably had complete, control and whatnot over who gets play and who doesn't. So it's kind of always been that way.
Is it a little different though because they're probably making decisions based on like popularity and whatnot? Would it be a little bit different if they all got together and were like, we're not even going to cover news related to this particular person though? Do you think that might be different?
Well, it's a challenge because I think, how much do they have to balance journalistic integrity with self-preservation? Meaning that if, because we know already that news is not, they have to balance making money. They do product sponsorships, they do all sorts of stuff. So if you get a huge product sponsorship from, whatever, Coke, you're probably less likely to be super critical on them, even whatever. So Trump had basically say, I want to destroy social media and make it so everyone can sue them, and I want to do this shit, and that's like an existential threat for those companies. So like at that point they have to balance like, okay, do we do nothing and let this guy literally try to destroy our company, or do we say, fuck you, you're breaking our rules, goodbye? Because like you have to keep in mind, Trump had broken all of Twitter's rules repeatedly over and over and over again, and he was given extra chances that a normal user wouldn't get. So you're basically saying he should, I don't know, all this shit. It's just, I have a theory on something. I don't like it, but I have a feeling, not a theory, I have a feeling that most, like 90% of the people who did the Capitol riots, I think all of them are going to get off of probation. 90% plus.
Well,
I don't have anything to back it up.
probably.
I just,
well,
I
like,
feel that way.
Because I don't know how many like super strong charges are going to get to stick to so many people. They're probably going to target like the biggest ones, and then everyone else will get like plea deals or dumb stuff or whatever, right? That's because that's a lot of cases to prosecute and a lot of evidence. I don't know what the standard of evidence you need to meet for like what they're trying to charge them. Well, I guess if they're just going for simple like trespassing charges, anybody that's got videos inside can probably be charged pretty easily, no?
Yeah. Do you think that DeSantis will be a more dangerous president if he gets to be president than Trump was?
Who?
Florida's current governor.
Don't know anything about him, so it's hard for me to say.
He's basically Trump, but knows how to play politics.
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump, but he's also an amazing dad. Ron loves playing with the kids.
Build the wall.
He reads stories.
Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
He's teaching Madison to talk.
Make America great again.
People say Ron's all Trump, but he is so much more.
Big league. So good.
I just thought you should know.
Ron DeSantis for governor.
Then it sounds to me like he'd probably be more dangerous, right?
That's my feeling as well. You can't control me. That's a little unfair because nothing catastrophic happened under Trump. So the uncertainty is cheating. I feel like a lot of...
Wait, who said that?
You can't control me one.
A lot of uncertain... Wait, what? Trump was a disaster. He's saying no disasters happened under Trump?
He said nothing catastrophic happened under Trump.
Remember the coronavirus?
Well, I don't even know if you have to use that. Just like, what about like the total destruction of credibility from the United States, like across the world, right?
Mm-hmm. That QAnon shit is getting like fairly mainstream on the Republican side. That's pretty insane.
The question is that, how do I say this? Is that good or bad as it divides the Republican Party? Because you have to imagine that, yes, it sucks that QAnon is like, or what any conspiracy stuff is like gaining ground, but it must divide the Republican Party like somewhat significantly to the point where they won't have consensus to win elections, no?
Yeah, I guess the scary thing is how is it going to affect the, how do the Democrats respond?
People saying it's not dividing Republicans, I disagree. I think that if you go too extreme, it definitely will divide Republicans.
Come on, Destiny. Don't be afraid to talk. Even Dan is okay with us having a discussion.
Do you want to talk to this guy, Dan?
No.
Why not?
No, you can.
No, I think you should.
No.
Chat wants you to talk to him.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta...
Wait, no, wait, Dan.
Here, in her own words, is Congresswoman Green on the lasers from her Facebook post. Quote, "There are too many coincidences to ignore. I find it very interesting that Roger Kimmel on the board of directors of PG&E is also vice chairman of Rothschild, Inc. What a coincidence it must be that Governor Brown signed a bill protecting PG&E and allowing them to pass off the cost of fire responsibility to its customers. It must also be a coincidence that the fires are burning in the same projected areas that the high-speed rail project is to be built. And what are the odds that Feinstein's husband, Richard Bloom, is the contractor to the rail project? Then oddly, there are all these people who've said they saw what looked like lasers or blue beams of light causing the fires in pictures and videos. Solar space generators collect the sun's energy and then beam it back to Earth. If they're beaming the sun's energy back to Earth, I'm sure they wouldn't ever miss a transmitter receiving station, right? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point. What would that look like anyway? A laser beam? Or light beam coming down to Earth? I guess. Could that cause a fire? I
actually agree with lack of charitability to Trump, but he brought that onto himself. Yeah, the media f***ed up some small things and some big things, but yeah. Like, I remember that, like, there were small things like the pouring out the fish food, but near the Japanese prime minister, and the media tried to make it sound like he was horrified that Trump was being so stupid. But when you looked at, like, Shinzo Abe, whatever. But when you looked at the full video, like he was laughing. Like neither of them gave a f. It was stupid. Like the media was just like posting a picture and like drawing a really stupid story out of it, out of nowhere. It was dumb as fuck. And then also, like, a lot of people in the media is saying that, like, you know, like, the president gets zero credit for any of the vaccine development. Nothing to do with, we didn't do anything, blah, blah. It's like, Operation Warp Speed was pretty important. Did it fund the research directly? No. But having billions of dollars in pre-purchase agreements with the U.S. federal government sure as fuck does take a lot of the risk out of if you find the vaccine like formula or not. Like it definitely helped. Like you have to give some credit where credit's due. And sometimes people were too quick to vilify or demonize or gotten to give zero credit to Trump for everything, for literally everything. It's kind of like how you notice when I'm like arguing with lefties and I'll ask a question like, don't you think it would be bad to like murder people? And you can hear the wheels grinding. And it's like, he's trying to bait me. He's trying to get me into it. And it's like, well, I don't, like you hear them trying really hard. Like they don't want to agree with anything I say. I think that sometimes it happened with Trump like that, where Trump could get up and be like, all right, guys, today I'm going to say that 2 + 2 = 4. And you're going to have a whole bunch of like, it feels like you're going to get a bunch of op-eds out where it's like, Trump today said 2 + 2 = 4. Here's why that's racist. Like people tried a little bit too hard sometimes. And I think that creates another blowback effect. And it's like really stupid. It's so frustrating when people lie about the Trump stuff. He did enough shitty things that there's no need to lie about him. Yes, exactly. I say the same thing when it comes to stuff like Breonna Taylor and whatnot too, right? Where it's like, there's bad things that happened. You don't need to lie. Don't tell any lies. Stop lying about things. You don't need to lie about things. This is bad enough as is. Why are you lying? Now you're hurting everything. I'm not going to give Trump credit for vaccine development. Why should I? Should I credit him for not nuking a country? Wait, what? No, I'm just saying that Operation Warp Speed was a good idea. Trump was a big part in pushing that. And a big part of Operation Warp Speed was getting pre-purchase agreements in place for people that were able to manufacture vaccines. I'm 99% sure that Pfizer did take advantage of that pre-purchase agreement. That's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about something I just said, like factually, but yeah. He didn't even believe COVID was that bad, so it seems well, he did once the vaccine shit started, right? He had to at that point. Please, I'm not giving Trump credit for the way that he handled the coronavirus, because by and large, Trump's handling of the coronavirus was so much worse than I think anybody could have possibly believed. I feel like I've outpaced him. Oh my God. It feels like online has shifted left so much. Like when I try to think of my major policy positions, like I'm in favor of a minimum wage that's pegged to like living standards in different areas, or like pegged to inflation or something. I'm in favor of like, at the very least, like multi-payer healthcare or like public option healthcare. I'm in favor of like open borders, like easy immigration. I still support like the vast majority of like LGBT related stuff, like access to trans health and everything. I don't think I've moved right on like any major policy thing. I don't think so. But like the populist ideas of the left online have gone so far left. Your positions on lobbying should have changed. Yeah, for sure. But it's not like I've gone from thinking that like lobbying is like bad to like, oh my God, corporate influence is base. It's more just like, I don't think corporate influence is anywhere near as big as I used to think it was, if that makes sense. Don't you agree that radical righty ideas have more power than radical lefty ideas? Yeah, probably. That's still probably true in society, yeah. It's just online I'm inundated with these lefty dipshits, unfortunately. Just so, I hate so much that all the right-leaning people got banned from everything, so they're like nowhere to talk to anymore. So it's just dipshit lefties. Do you think the online has moved left? Yes, although I think it's starting to break apart. BreadTube is pretty dead, the subreddit. Thought it was gonna take longer for that subreddit to die. And a lot of the like big, or like it seems like a lot of the left-leaning content creators have started to fall out. There's like a lot of like dumb infighting now. A lot of it is kind of falling in on itself, especially in the streamer world, but also in the YouTube world as well. There are plenty of conservatives and libertarians wanting to debate you. It's that you don't want to. It's because none of the mainstream believing conservatives want to. I don't want to debate like Nazi historical revisionists. It's not what it's just so not what I'm interested in. The only people on the right that exist now that want to debate are like these really fringe, like the Ryan Dawsons, like the people that think that the Jews are running the whole world or whatever. And that's just like so boring. Like if I'm going to debate a conservative, that's like finally the time to have like a relevant political discussion. But like it's not. Like it's going to be libertarians that want to argue about like anarcho-capitalism, or it's going to be like Jewish overlord conspiracy theorists. Like, so it's, I don't know. Oh my God. There's 154,000 subs on BreadTube, 281 online right now. What is my subreddit? My subreddit is at 118,000, so about 2/3, not really, maybe 3/4. 1.3 thousand online. These are like the top videos, 24 upvotes, 91, 25, and then look at this, like 0 comments, 3, 0, 4, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's like the subreddit is dead as fuck. The purity testing of BreadTube was insane. Yeah, it was. It was. We said it was, right? We said it the whole time. That like there's no way that anybody can survive in these spaces because these guys are constantly canceling each other and like throwing each other out like constantly, always. Like it's insane. I just didn't know the BreadTube would die so fast. So I'm hoping that the aesthetic in general will die as well amongst YouTubers and streamers, hopefully. I know that Hassan contributed a lot to kind of the lefty culture on Twitch, especially as he exploded in popularity, but he doesn't seem to do politics as much anymore, so I'm hoping that that kind of like falls out of fashion as well, but yeah. It's what's happening with lefties on Twitch like Demon Mama Destiny as well. We saw it recently with the Vosh and Demon Mama discussion. It's never enough. Someone new is always more extreme. Yeah, it's insane, yeah. Destiny, it's botted. Look at this thread. The video has less views than upvotes. I mean, it's possible people just upvote it and don't watch the video. Right? Biden's student debt relief goes from 50K to $0 in 127 days.
Remember. Crash
379 views.
Burn.
$1,000. Damn. So if you get a video big on BreadTube, because this is probably considered a big BreadTube video, over 100 comments and about 1,000 upvotes, and he has 380 views on his video for it. Holy shit. Do you think in a few years we'll view socialism the same way we view 2010 atheism? Yep. Or how we did anti-SJW culture, whatever, yeah. Who would have guessed Mr. Republican Light Joe Biden? Jesus, yeah, this subreddit was f***ing insane. Why unions are needed, especially for Amazon. 1,000 upvotes, 16 comments.
It's me?
290 views. Damn. 1 comment on the video. I don't think it's botted. I think it's probably just people that are upvoting shit and not just reading the headlines as usual, yeah. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
Oh no, you caught me being a sissy little baka. What are you gonna do?
Jesus, wait, can you even look at this?
Oh no.